I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride. For my brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go! Hey, orbit! 8 read! Walk against the mic! Who that?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This is Grant. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Brissett sets to throw it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
At the 48-yard line.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line. Check! 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 Hey, Foxtrot! Foxtrot! Ready? Shoot!
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On second down now, it's Connor, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Connor. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Go. 14's the mic. 14's the mic. Okay.
They will run with Grant.
You ain't doing nothing
Only
today.
a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Brissett now. And the Raiders have got him. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now one in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
Meanwhile, up in Buffalo, the Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, because the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
I got one. Check 24, check 24.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Good night.
Right back to Connor here on first. Escapes it. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. James Conner with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On first down, Grant. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, second and a yard from the 34. Now a give, right side. It's Grant. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to get up on the run and set them down.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 14, Mike 14. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 14's the Mike. 14's the Mike. Hey, here I come.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Grant. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's the set. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Got it? 58, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
80 weapons. And
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
General West.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Throwing on first down, Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Protein spill.
58, come on. They can't hang with us.
They'll run here with Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Right there. Move. That's right. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Hey, get in the way.
Second and 9 now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Quick dance. Get it roll.
On second down now, it's Grant. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17.
Under 10. 10.
They'll try the left side. Grant. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Here we go. Stick the oar. Hey, exit.
58's the money. 58's the money. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got? Let's go.
This time they stay on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Bird on the return.
Let's go. Let's go.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go back to Grant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's bring it. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Now a give right side. It's Grant, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Connor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? 30 base.
Check. Check out. Hot.
Off the play fake. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's get it. Go. Keep on the base. Watch the pass. 14's the mic. 14's the mic. Let's pick it up. It's our time.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Hey, come on, now. Come on, now. Mike 18, Mike 18. Pass him.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's got Evans. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Evans, 83 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
On the set.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Hey, 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 hey.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. It's caught by Sanders. 27 yards there, a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
I'm here all day. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check 31. Check go.
On first down, Connor. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 46-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
218, jump. Like 2.
Again, a run with Connor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slow with that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
You don't know no better. You got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. Check, check, check. 49.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Wahoo.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert going for the deep ball. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be at practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
He's going to air one out. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On first down, Connor plowing ahead for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On the ready.
53, check, 53, ain't no such thing.
He'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards.
Ready. 18 Gator.
No chance.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
Looking to throw. Herbert looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, it's Grant, and they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big edge. Alert flare. Flare.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
Let's get off the field, D.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one, a victory for